Okay, so welcome to Beyond the Box podcast. Today we have our first guest with us. So say welcome to Diane.
Hi.
And Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie's our special guest.
Yes, we got a 2-for-1 on this one. Diane is a coach at CrossFit Nika, and special place in my heart, she was actually my foundations coach. So excited to have this opportunity to have kind of a full circle moment here. So I'll turn it over.
All right. Well, one thing we want to do is we want to kind of bring you up to speed of how Diane got to where she's at right now. She's carries a lot of titles. She carries title as a wife, mom, business owner, coach, and I'm sure there's some other titles that we're not aware of. So we just kind of want to talk to you about. Let's talk about your journey. How did you first get into fitness? What brought you to fitness, and what was the first thing you did? Was it CrossFit, or was it running, or what brought you there?
Let's see. I mean, if we want to go way back,
Sure.
Middle school, I tried to be fit. It was an attempt to build a relationship with my dad. I was like, I'll do sports, because he and my brother talked about sports. I wasn't very good at it. Softball, basketball, not my area. And then there was a lot of failed attempts at things. I signed up for Planet Fitness 20 times. Probably went there a total of 2 weeks in the years that I would have memberships. I tried running because my husband loves running, and it was just all boring and blah, and I couldn't stick with anything. But my family history is not great. We're mostly poor Southerners. We like our fried foods, we like breads, we like potatoes, and then we have heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, everybody's overweight, and I'm like, that's not what I want my future to be. Yeah. So I came across a CrossFitter on Instagram, and I was like, oh, that looks stupid hard, definitely not for me. But then I just kept seeing it, and I'm like, it's always different. It's always something different. Maybe I won't get bored. So I was driving down 44 and kept seeing CrossFit Nika, and I'm like, okay, looked into them. They have a boot camp, no barbell, perfect. This is great. I'll start there.
First step.
That was it. And that was almost 6 years ago.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so that's transitioned into loving the sport and building your family, and now you coach.
Yeah.
So your love of that turned into providing that for everybody else, which I think is awesome. I think it's awesome that Diane was your foundation coach. I don't think I remember that. So that's really cool. Like you said, that's full circle. So what you delivered as a coach, as you can tell, grabbed a hold of Kara, and Kara's CrossFit journey is just blowing up. So that's awesome. Yeah. So let's talk about firstly, how was it trying to continue to coach and work out when you found that you were pregnant with our friend here?
During COVID.
During COVID, This is a COVID baby. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, initially it wasn't bad. I think I got pregnant in November. So it was normal life, going to work, and then was working at the college at the time, so we went on spring break, and then we didn't go back because COVID. The challenges initially were I pulled a muscle in my abdominal somewhere early in my pregnancy, so it never healed. So I couldn't sit up for long periods, I couldn't stand up for long periods, and I was stuck at home. So that sucked. I also don't have a lot of motivation to work out by myself. So probably during the 3 months that the gym was closed, I did probably 3 workouts. Yeah, just it wasn't for me. So that was difficult. But once the gym opened up, I would go into class and just listen to my body, what feels good, what doesn't. Obviously having to watch the belly as it grows, having to go with what we coach people as bad barbell movement patterns. It was interesting having to be bad.
You had to clear that belly.
Yes, I clipped it one time and I was like, nope, not doing that again. But yeah, it was just moving. That part wasn't bad, especially towards the end of the pregnancy. I think once I hit 36 weeks, I was like, I'm over this. Let's go a little bit harder. It didn't work.
How long did you work out before you gave birth to Charlie?
Well, I worked out because I was 36 weeks is when I went into high gear of like, I want to try to increase the pace and see if I can bring on labor. Which is probably not doctor advised, but it is what it is.
I'm sure lots of moms have thought about that though.
So I was working out. I went for my week 38 checkup, and that's when they found that she had flipped over. She had breech, so C-section was up, and the doctor's like, I do not want you going into labor before this. So
Had to chill it out a little
week
bit.
38, I stopped working out because I had to.
Had to peel it back some.
Yeah.
What do you think benefits of being fit and staying in shape and working out during your pregnancy? Do you think there was lots of benefits to
Yeah.
Charlie?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, it was definitely like always working out has been mental health boost for me.
Yeah.
I get to points where I'm like, you know what? I think today would be a really good gym day. I got to do it. So that definitely helped during pregnancy of just keeping me moving. I think recovery wise, it helped a lot too. Like my body was already primed, ready to go. I didn't have obviously traditional labor, so I can't say that benefited me anyway there. But just being healthy and in good shape going into a major surgery, I think was helpful.
Yeah, I mean, all of us going through the L1 training, you learn about that sickness, wellness, fitness spectrum, and I'm not trying to say that pregnancy is, but it's something that's putting additional strain on your body that's out of the control of what you're doing in your everyday life. So having that extra fitness is able to help you in your life through that moment.
And I've read a couple of studies too recently that went kind of discussed women during their pregnancies that tend to stay with that intense training to the level that's safe for them, that the children seem to be healthier, and they advance quicker than some children that did not have that type of, their mother didn't have that type of relationship with fitness. So that's pretty awesome, because she's very advanced, as we know.
She can squat, she can burpee, she likes to swing from the rings. She did the forward back scales the other day.
Yes, that's what's really cool too about having the young kids in the gym. They mimic their parents, and so from this point in her life forward, you're presenting to them a healthy lifestyle, which is going to, you know, they're going to do it their whole lives. But she does. She was doing everything that the class was doing the other day. I looked over and she's doing it also.
That's awesome.
In the middle of trying to get Ian's Cheerios when he wasn't looking. You know, so she was
multitasking.
She was multitasking. I was gonna say she's extremely advanced.
So she's definitely going to be able to count her reps.
She's going to count her reps. She's going to probably be able to help us count our reps. That's absolutely.
I do tell people when I'm coaching, if she's there, like, don't listen to her because she does count. For a while, it was 1, 2, 5, 9, 10.
That's why I always had her stand next to me. I'm like, I'm done. It's 10. She said 10. I'm done. All right, that's cool. But we enjoy having the kids in the gym. It's really fun for us.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about the kind of before period. What did you do after to kind of work on redeveloping that pelvic floor? Did you have any diastasis, anything like that?
I did. I didn't have it severe, which was great because I did gain 60 pounds while I was pregnant, so I was quite large. With the C-section, I was definitely not allowed to do anything for 6 weeks, which sucked, but obviously that was for a reason. So as soon as I was free to work out, the first thing I started was pelvic floor, because having been a coach, you see as soon as it's double under time, all the ladies are like, I gotta go to the bathroom before we start. I'm like, I got you.
The line forms. It's the best.
And I'm like, I know no matter what, that's probably going to exist, but it doesn't have to exist to the extent that most women suffer through. So that was the first thing I did. And then when I did get into the gym, which I don't remember when I started working out, I noticed my mobility was terrible. Like I couldn't even perform a basic air squat to depth without pain, just because of that weight gain, my hip shift. So I went back to basics. I didn't worry with, she likes not wearing shoes.
It's okay. She's a Florida kid.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I went back to basics of just working on that form, working on the mobility, getting a good squat before I carry about weight. So whole class would be over there, barbells on their back, and I'm just by myself, making sure my butt's getting low enough, trying to move pain-free. Other mobility is like nursing. I did not realize just how terrible that is for your upper back if you're not thinking about it, especially because I have long arms. I'll pass that to Kara. I would literally I spent the first 2 weeks very much hunched over like this. Mm-hmm. And I remember when we were putting her crib together, my mother-in-law took a picture of us, and I have it, me bent over, and you could see this like obvious hump in my back, and I was disgusted with it. By Christmas, so she was born in July, Christmas we did 12 days of Christmas wide. I was like, obviously I'm not overhead squatting with a barbell. So I tried a dumbbell, and I couldn't even hold a single dumbbell in an overhead position. So I was like, another thing that needs attention.
But I like that what we're hearing consistently, you found where there was a deficit, and you immediately said, let's address it.
Yeah.
Let's not just ignore it and go to something I'm really good at. Let's address that deficit and get my body back to moving properly before I put myself under load.
Yep.
Because that's how people get hurt. We don't hit those weaknesses, but we want to run straight to, the heaviest that we can possibly go.
That was one of my first things. I wanted to work on mobility, and I also wanted to gain strength back. I found like my conditioning held up pretty well for having been so much heavier. But I wasn't strong anymore. I didn't feel strong. My mobility was crap. So I actually did a strength program, just kind of, I think I did like 1 or 2 CrossFit WODs and just focused on strength and mobility for a while. And my mobility is better now than before I was pregnant.
Put effort into it.
Yeah. Like my squat stance is narrower. My toes don't turn out as much. So.
You went about the right way. You addressed it the right way. So tell me now, how do you balance being a wife, a mom, and a business owner, and still make sure that you make time for yourself and your fitness goals?
So it's definitely still a learning process. I have great moms, mother-in-law, my mom, so they're always around, but like I have that mom guilt of like, she's my kid, I don't want to keep dumping her on you just so I can go to the gym.
Her mother-in-law calls her, not her daughter-in-law, her daughter-in-love.
Yes.
She absolutely adores you.
That all of their daughters in love.
Daughters in love. Yep.
But so I try to balance that. Oh yeah, she loves rings.
There we go.
Can you reach those? Can you put your hands up? Can you reach? You gonna swing? Oh, might need to come down a little bit.
See, there you go.
Well, yeah, I have a lot of mom guilt. I hate putting her off on other people often, so I try to find balances of, right now it's terrible with this summer heat, taking her to the gym. So either first thing in the morning, there you go.
You know what I find interesting though is how you view it as one way, that I'm putting her off on somebody else.
Yes.
I think the people that are getting her are going,
oh yeah, they have
yippee,
no problem.
This is awesome that
it's totally on me.
Yeah,
like
that
I just
they
feel
probably
like
just love the fact that you do that.
she's my kid, she's my responsibility. I hate doing that, but my mom doesn't care. My mother-in-law doesn't care. They love spending time with her. Like I will often, like on a whim the day before, ask my mother-in-law, do you want to spend some time with Charlie? And she's like, oh yeah, I was gonna go swim, but you know what? I can put that off to another day. Yeah. I would much rather hang out with Charlie.
Relationships are the most important. That's
and I do know too. I can take her to the gym, and if you're coaching, I don't have to worry about her. You're gonna hang out with her. Someone's gonna hang out with her.
We all watch her and make sure she's part of the gym. She's part of
But I do try to make it a priority to take care of myself, because I know like I've had those days where it's just like everything is getting to me. I need an outlet. I'm going to the gym, and that's when I'll look at my mom and be like,
I need it.
I need to go to the gym right now.
I need it.
And she's like, you're fine. Go on.
I think a lot of things we're saying here, when folks watch this podcast, there's going to be a lot of women that go, oh my gosh, I relate to what Diane is saying. And I think when you hear somebody else telling not your story exactly, but close to your story, it makes you go, you know what, it really is okay. I'm doing okay. Yeah. It's not, I'm not the only one that thinks this way, or the only one that struggles, or the only one that finds success in this way. But you kind of help each other through those times. You're not pushing her off anybody. Everybody's going, please bring her to my house.
She's a good kid. Like, I am so lucky.
She's very talented on the rings too.
So good.
She's very talented on the rings.
She finds things to do at the gym. Like I went and worked out with Sarah Dallas the other day, and I brought her in, And I don't know if you follow Street Parking, but they're all about like, just get it done. And you see pictures of all of the parents in the garage or out on the street or in their house with their kids. And I'm like, this was my Street Parking moment of like, I'm on the bike and she's like, ride the bike. And I'm like, okay, half effort on the bike, but you know what? I'm moving on the bike.
Still moving.
Yep.
And then going over to my dumbbell on my box, and I'm like, nope, you can't go in that drawer. Nope, stop the workout, bring her over, but you just keep
You
moving
figure
through.
a way to do it, though.
Yeah.
You figure it out. So we all have those struggles,
Yeah.
in one way or another.
It wasn't about a
figuring-
score. It was just, I'm here, I'm moving.
Yeah.
Keep
better than
yourself
nothing.
healthy.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I really enjoyed seeing you share some of that. You have
Yeah.
that socially designed page where you're not only talking about the business that you
Yeah.
run, but your life and
Yeah.
all of what you're working through.
Yeah.
So tell us about socially design.
Oh.
Tell us what it is and what you do.
Yeah, so that was like happenstance of just starting media for the gym, and I enjoy it. So I started doing a couple other businesses, and I put out there, I try to help I like helping small businesses. I want other small businesses to thrive and realize that they don't have to pay people to get followers on Instagram. They don't need to pay for all the ads. Like, you can market yourself through social media basically for free, or unless you want to hire someone that, draws people into your business, whatever it is.
And you teach people how to do that?
Yeah, I teach people how to do it. I'll also just do it for them. If they don't have the time and the energy and the focus, that's fine. I can do that too.
So if somebody needs you, how do they get in contact with you?
I am on Instagram, socially.designed. That's me.
And just hit you up.
Yeah.
And so that's so many businesses. I'm not great with social media. Everybody knows that. That's just not. Everybody knows that. It's not.
Yeah, if you've been watching this post,
It ain't me.
she didn't post it.
That's right there.
Wait, but you had that reel of literally just a bike handlebar.
You
That was
enjoy
it. There was no text, no nothing, just a bike handlebar, and it had thousands of views.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what people are really interested in just a bike handlebar? It's not even both handles, it's just a wheel.
See, it was it. It said room, and everybody was like, yes. And there was nothing else, and everybody's like. And I'm like, yeah.
Look at these on social media. Let me like this.
Yeah, everything that's done was Beyond the Box podcast. If it's on social media, you can just
It's Kara.
you can lay a large amount of money on it. You're going to win. It's going to be Carrick's. That's just not what I do. It's just not who I am. But I will post a picture of a bike with just one of them. So now you've encouraged me to go and find something else to do with that.
Yeah, I
Just
want to see
one
some
little
more
simple-
random Nikki
Just some
videos.
random Nikki, just
Thank you.
crazy stuff. All right.
You don't need this.
So how long have you been coaching now?
Oh my god. I think it'll be 4 years.
It'll be 4 years in November because
Yeah.
you had started coaching 2 weeks before my foundation.
Thank you so much for keeping track of that, Kara.
So-
If it wasn't for the pictures, I would have no idea. Like, my memories come up and I'm like, oh yeah, it's this. That's how long it's been now. Great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you could make a recommendation out to somebody that's watching today that's going, what should I do? What can I do to get myself in shape to live that better, healthier life? What you telling them?
Like, stop waiting, just do it, right? And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Thank you. I'm just getting all the stuff out of the bag right now.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, I have my friend Georgia to thank for this habit. But just do it. Like, there's no time better than the present. Tomorrow's not better than today. Even if it's just go for a walk. It doesn't have to be anything intense. It doesn't have to make you cry and sweat and can't walk for 5 days. Any movement is better than nothing. Same thing, I think, with food. Like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can still eat healthy and take care of yourself and enjoy what you're eating.
Yeah. It's just that one thing at a time. If you need help with where to start, reach out to the page, out to either of us, and we're happy to help you find that one thing that you can accomplish first. So on that note, thank you so much for listening and watching in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that so that you can see more content like this.
Share with your friends. Let everybody come watch us.
And if you have recommendations of people who you would like to see on this show, please drop us a comment.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Yeah, it's a sheep. You want to say bye?
Say bye.
Here, I'll lift you up. Is that okay? Okay.
Say bye.
Wave bye to the computer.
You're the special guest.
Bye.
Bye.